Hello everyone and welcome back to another Foundry guide. So in this video we're going to be talking all about the research lab. So what you need to craft the research lab is 40 xenoferrite plates and 20 machinery parts. If you've followed my other Foundry guides you should have plenty of them. So get that crafted and we will get this built. When you first build the research lab and select to build it, you have a brief description here of what the research lab does. But what you want to do is you want to aim to get the research lab unlocked as early as possible, as it gives you access to the high voltage power grid, which will save you a lot of time and effort using biomass, and it just makes all your machinery run a little bit more efficiently. So as you can see, the research lab takes quite a big area, so make sure you've got enough foundations built to be able to build the research lab. Now once you place down the research lab, you will need extra resources to be able to finish the build. So what you need is 200 xenoferrite plates, 100 machinery parts and 100 wire coils. Now we have all the resources required to build the research lab. We're going to go ahead and finish the construction. So here we are. We now have access to high voltage power. Now there's a lot to run through with the high voltage power, so I'll be doing a video dedicated to high voltage power where I'll be explaining how everything works and how to use it all. Now we've also unlocked a new technology, which is the science pack. So basically in the research interface we have all of these components here. So if we zoom out we can see what we have available to research. Now if we zoom in a bit closer, as you can see we have like tier 2 as well. That requires this one over here, the research lab 2, but we've got a long way to go before we can access this, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. But this just gives you a brief guide of what you can end up researching and how far you can go with your machines and stuff. But what we want to do is focus on getting research packs. Now the reason why we want research packs is because that is what we require to be able to research all of these items here. So in the top left is what we have available to research, and as you can see, no matter what one we click on, here on the top right we need science pack 1s to be able to research these. So the one that I recommend going for first would be the battery. The battery will then supply your foundry with energy during the night time. I'll go a bit more in depth with these in my next video. So in regards to science packs, what we need, if we head over into crafting, we now have a new sub menu. So if we go into here, we need 10 machinery parts and 8 technum rods. Now I know what you're thinking, you're going to have to craft these by hand, but you don't. As I've shown you in the previous video on how to set up the assembler to build the foundations, we can do exactly the same thing for the science packs. But to go one step further, make it even more automated, what we can do is if we head over here to the back of the research lab, we have loading bays here. So what we can do is head over to our assembler here. We can reset the task and configure this one to make our machinery parts. Now what we can do is we can stick a loader here. We can stick another loader there. We'll put conveyor belts there, this one to output. We can then build another assembler over here, configure this one here to do science packs. Like so. Now we just need to extend our conveyor belt from here for the rods, and as you can see now our machine parts and our rods are loaded into here and it is crafting science packs. Now these do take a while to craft, so what I do highly recommend doing is just having one smelter from either ore with a setup with these two assemblers and just have them solely based on crafting your science packs, because even when you get to the research lab 2 a bit further into the game, you will still need science pack 1s as well. We can then put a loader here. We can then get your conveyor belt. We're just going to do a nice simple design for tutorial purposes. Obviously you can lay this out however you want to in your own playthrough, and we can just run this over to here. Stick our other loader here, and there we go. Need to just change this one to the output. And as you can see, our science packs now come from the conveyor belt, and as you can see here, now we have a couple of science packs that have gone into our research lab. Our percentage has increased there. When you come to unlock the research lab 2 later on in the game, it does get a little bit more complicated because you will need science pack 2, but I will do another video for that one as well. But just something that it is worth noting, when you're researching tier 2 resources like the assembler here, as you can see it requires science pack 1 and science pack 2. Now you don't have to have them in the same research lab. So when you come to build the second research lab, you'll most likely have to set up a couple of assemblers to copy the same process you do here for science pack 1s, but as I said, I will definitely be doing a video on the research lab too. So there we go everyone, a nice simple tutorial for you for the research lab 1. Automate researching the easiest and quickest way possible. So if you did like the video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you drop a comment down below if there's any other tutorials and tips you want me to go through and explain to you, and also hit that subscribe button for more content. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.